What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hawks Nest. It's your host, Riley Feenan, coming at you with a brand new segment that we're trying to implement on our YouTube channel. We're going to do film breakdowns of new acquisitions, guys that we believe that are high impact players on the Seattle Seahawks, or even just guys that have had big games. So we're going to give a shout out to our buddy Derek Abbott, who helped us out with the film. So shout out to him, and we appreciate you for helping out Hawks Nest, and we're excited to have you on the show at some point. So we're going to get right into a film session right here on our newly acquired big guard, Gabe Jackson from Las Vegas Raiders, for a 5th-round draft pick. Some people are upset about how big Gabe's cap hit is. Frankly, I don't care. I think he is going to be a substantial impact, I think, on the offensive line. I think he's going to be a mentor to Ethan Posick. Whether we go with Ethan Posick or we go with a center in the draft, I fully believe that Gabe Jackson and Damian Lewis and Dwayne Brown are going to have a high impact on that center position this upcoming year. I think Ethan Posick made a step last year. We re-signed him to a 1-year, $3 million deal, which doesn't necessarily mean that he is the center going forward. I do believe that there's been multiple reports that the Seattle Seahawks are actually going after centers in this draft, or interior offensive linemen in this draft. So it will be exciting to watch in the coming months. I do not believe that the Seattle Seahawks will pick at number 56. I think they will trade back, stockpile some picks. I think John Schneider and Pete Carroll come out of this draft with at least 6 guys, regardless of whether they're, high picks or not. I think there will be multiple offensive linemen that we pick in this draft. I think maybe the future left or right tackle, so the replacement for Dwayne Brown. I still believe that we don't have that in place at this moment. I think that the center position is something that we should also address. Quinn Myers is somebody out of Wisconsin Whitewater. I think he's somebody who's a phenomenal fit for our system and our scheme. I think he's somebody who has that anger, that nasty streak that you'll see in Gabe Jackson. We're actually going to jump right into it right now and watch Gabe Jackson here on a power play. They run a very simple power play here. It's most teams run this. It's just out of a different variations or different formations. I like this play in particular because I think this is what Shane Waldron's going to try and implement, which are short motions, getting the tight end to move the formation for the defense, and, running inside zones and, dives and stuff like that of that nature. Just letting guys be big dudes, Damian Lewis, who's going to be who's more athletic than most people realize, and then Gabe Jackson on one side, you're going to have that. So, whether you want to pick a power side or not, I think you got 2 guys that you can pull, or 2 guys that you can run the power play on here. And you're going to see Gabe Jackson and not Dwayne Brown, not yet. We'll see that next year, but we'll see Trent Brown and Gabe Jackson down here run a double team, which is Trent Brown doesn't do a whole lot here. He kind of just gives a shove to Naughty here and then helps Gabe Jackson get his hands inside. And you'll see the white flash come across, and it's pretty quick. Like, Gabe gets his hands back inside, and then he takes Naughty for a run, which is really exciting to see because we haven't had this nasty streak that you're about to see. Here he comes. That's a really good down block right there by Trent Brown and Gabe Jackson. They get a lot of movement, and then it's just finish. And it's just like you see him finish it over top of the finish it over top of him. Like, it's awesome to see. He just pancakes. That's 100% a pancake. And when you watch, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you watch the NFL tapes and stuff like that, and you watch coaches' films back, you don't really necessarily see a whole lot of pancakes. It's a lot of good technique blocks and guys getting, their hands inside or replacing their hands or good foot movement. Gabe Jackson is a phenomenal player at moving his feet. Like, his feet are like happy feet. They're so quick. They're quick as a hiccup. To watch him in a pass pro, that's why I think he's probably one of the best pass blocking guards in the NFL to this day. I listed statistics over the past week that he's given up 11 sacks over the past, I think, like 6 years or something like that. Or 6 seasons. and averaging giving up 2 sacks per year over the past 6 years. I think he's a phenomenal acquisition. I don't think we're paying too much for him. I think he's a smart player. I think he's somebody who brings a lot, not only just to the run game as we just saw, but we're also somebody who brings something in the passing game. Okay, so here we go. We got, like I was just saying, Gabe Jackson here against Chris Jones. This is 3rd and 17, so the defense is kind of in a wider set here. You got Frank Clark in a deep wide 9 over here, and also a linebacker walked up. But these guys are spread right out because it is 3rd and 17, so they're going to pin their ears back and get after it here. But watch Gabe Jackson. Watch Gabe Jackson just lock right in and sit down here. Boom. Reset his hand inside. He's in a really – I don't even care because he is so damn good. And plus he makes way more money than I do. Like at the end of the day, like I don't know why I'm critiquing somebody who's this good. But at the same, I'm just showing you guys how good he is. This is a difficult position to be in at this because Jones has been, as we would call it, jacked up. He has been kind of jacked up because Gabe's got his hands under right in his rib area, which hurts if you haven't ever had that done to you. And then he's got his other hand, which was readjusted. He actually saw that white flash kind of come back up and punch. And that's awesome to see because watch his feet catch him right here. He just washes them, gives him a little, gives him a little bit of the business at the end, which I'd love to see. Like I've seen 2 plays in the first quarter where Jackson's just kind of going at it, and it doesn't matter if it's Chris Jones or Noddy or whoever it is. Like he doesn't care. Like he's going hard all the time, and I really think he's going to make a significant impact in the Seattle Seahawks offensive line in this coming year. Not only, like I said, in the passing and in the running game, but in the passing game. And he's also he does things that you don't expect. I watched him pick up a blitz, and we're going to get into it right now. So here you go. This is what I was talking about. This is kind of something that you don't normally see. This is kind of being one of those what you call a freak. Like this dude's pretty good at what he does for a living, and he gets paid to do things that is out of the ordinary. And this right here is probably why he gets paid. So he's got a guard. He's got a defensive tackle here right in the 3 tech. So it's right head up basically. So that'll probably be his man right there, or the play call or the play design will be that is his man. He'll be one-on-one right there, but they'll still be flowing or zone blocking it to a side or sliding it to a side. So this will be a blitzing backer, but if he stunts, then you kind of have to watch it. And that is what happens here as Gabe picks up 2 guys, which is wild. Like you don't even realize it. He's blocking 2 dudes here before Rodney Hudson steps in fully. And it's like, boom. This right here, I don't understand why Trent Brown went down so far, but it is what it is. Booker picks him up, and Gabe Jackson does a great job. And this ends up in a touchdown, which just goes to show, like, the more protection that we have here, like Gabe Jackson does a great job. The whole offensive line does a great job. Hudson ends up picking up the guy that was lined up head up to Gabe Jackson, but it works out very well for them as the defense wanted to slant that way. All in all, I really think Gabe Jackson is going to make a very big impact on this team. I think that we can get back to that top 5 running offense that we were and control the ball. I think the way the defense has been purchased, so to say, or the way the defense has been assembled at this point in the offseason, I think that this team is getting towards the shades of 2012, 2013, those kind of teams, because we're keeping our guys, but we're keeping them under contract for, a good amount of time, but we're keeping our core and we're focusing on the future. So Shane Waldron, we're really excited about seeing what he has to bring to the Seattle Seahawks, and we're also looking forward to Russ and the rest of the team kind of coming together and going forward. But that's going to do it for us for our first breakdown. This is going to be a short video. This is kind of how we're going to do it. We appreciate any support that you guys give us, whether you likes, comment, subscribe, interact with us on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow us at HawksNest604. You can follow myself at BigCanada79, and you can also follow Matty at HawksNestMatt. Shout out to him because he's going to be editing this, and because I'm recording this really late at night, but the grind never stops, and we love what we're doing right now with Hawks Nest, and we appreciate all your guys' support. So shout out to you guys for watching the video, and as always, go Hawks.